Spiritual Teaching 206. Love each other. 1. I continually offer you my charity because I love you. My love blesses you, forgives you, and purifies you. My love helps you to spiritually evolve along the path of evolution so that you will feel closer to me and become worthy of being my children. 2. I have given you my divine law to guide you. It signals the path that I outlined for you to follow since the beginning of time. Everything that you do on earth should be based upon my law. That law contains my divine wisdom and teachings to guide you throughout life. 3. These teachings are the continuation of the teachings that I have given to man since the first era. There is an infinite number of teachings that I will give to my children. As your spirit evolves, you will be able to enlighten your understanding of my wise teachings and my desire to perfect you. 4. I am inspiring you to attain the highest level of spirituality so that you may love me in a more evolved manner. As you become more spiritually enlightened, you will become sensitive to my manifestations and be able to correctly interpret them. 5. Once you have studied my word and truly comprehend it, you will become spiritually stronger and enlightened. You will then speak to your brethren about my teachings with compassion. Presently, they are unaware of my arrival during this period. You will share my new revelations with them and will offer them this spiritual wealth, as if it were something sacred that you carried in your hands. 6. Humanity needs enlightenment to be able to progress spiritually. Men are spiritually hungry. They need to have faith to understand the truth and to know the path they are going to follow. I will teach humanity through those who have prepared themselves. They will have a delicate mission of teaching their brethren in a loving manner. You are the ones who will initiate this mission and will attempt to imitate me by helping those who suffer, whether they are poor or wealthy. You will not impose your faith on others or obligate them to accept your beliefs. Your responsibility is to maintain harmony with your brethren even if they do not accept my new teachings. 7. Offer spiritual enlightenment to those who are not aware of the divine truth and peace to the human heart. Also, comfort those who have impatiently been awaiting my arrival. Go help your brethren, and I will watch over your family and your belongings. 8. If you work in that manner, you will be constructing an immortal temple in the spirit of your brethren where they will worship me spiritually. That is how I want my beloved children to worship me. 9. Be my disciples of love. Practice deeds that are sincere, and always speak the truth. Through these teachings, I am guiding future generations who will want to follow and imitate me. 10. When the year 1950 comes to an end, do not seek a specific place to pray or to study my word. Your home, the valley, or your place of work are all appropriate places to study and to pray. Imitate my 12 disciples who knew how to find a temple wherever they were, because they carried that temple in their spirit. The sacredness and greatness of their deeds was in their ability to spiritually elevate themselves to communicate with me. 11. As long as there is pain and suffering on earth, Mary will continually pray for all of humanity. She will illuminate the lives of all of her children. 12. You have asked me to come dwell in your heart, and I do. 13. Along my path you have been able to rest from your spiritual weariness, whereas you have never been able to rest elsewhere. You had journeyed through many different roads seeking spiritual comfort and strength, and you finally discovered that my teachings offered you what you had sought. 14. From childhood through adolescence and up to adulthood, you had sought the true path but had not found it. Along the way, you became lost and began to follow the path of darkness. But when the light of my spirit appeared before you, you resurrected and were reborn. 15. Do not forget the day when you first listened to my word, the day when you returned to a life of spiritual enlightenment. 16. Although you were spiritually weak when you arrived, you carefully analyzed my word. Some arrived with humility, others with arrogance, but nevertheless all were brought by the power of my presence. You were destined to come. I have awaited for my children for such a long time. However, some have rejected my embrace and have returned to the path of darkness. Those who have remained with me have found joy and peace in my word and will become my workers. 17. I dwell in all of my children, even in the assassin. I do not separate from anyone, being especially close to those who believe that they are highly unworthy of belonging to God. 18. It is the responsibility of those who are present to pray for those who have fallen without judging them. Remember that they, too, will attain spiritual enlightenment. 19. Do not wait for the regeneration of humanity to occur naturally. You must set examples of love for others to follow. Help your brethren without taking advantage of them. 20. You will help mankind to stop following the path of darkness and sin. Your mission is to help humanity by guiding it and giving it the spiritual enlightenment that it needs. Your brethren will arrive from various paths of darkness. Even those who were in prison will arrive to be converted into my disciples. However, if you fail your mission of helping your brethren become spiritually enlightened and of guiding them in the path of love, your spirit will have to return to fulfill it. If you now have the opportunity to fulfill your mission, why would you want to experience such a painful restitution later on? 21. Although human science is great, the scientist is spiritually not enlightened, thus men are dying. That is why I have given you the gift of healing, so that you may become doctors of humanity, offering examples of true love and charity. 22. Great epidemics will appear on earth, and a large portion of humanity will perish. Those epidemics will be unknown to human science, and no one will be able to stop their destruction. 23. The universe will be cleansed of all evil. My justice will eliminate hatred, selfishness, and harmful vices. Extraordinary events will occur throughout nature. 24. Nations will be swept away and destroyed, and communities will vanish. These events will serve as a warning for mankind. 25. The path that I have designated for you to follow is now prepared. I am your guide and will accompany you throughout your journey. 26. My blessed people of Israel, the Lord welcomes you. I come meekly and humbly before you to manifest myself in this dwelling place. But truly, I tell you that it is not in this material dwelling that I manifest myself, but rather in your heart when you spiritually elevate yourself to communicate with the Lord. 27. I know that you need my word, so I have come to spiritually enlighten you. What would happen to you if you did not have it? My word, pure and full of spiritual enlightenment, offers you guidance and helps you to elevate spiritually. It is not found in any book written by man. 28. Although scientists, who have listened to my teachings, will not confess that this word is the truth, they will recognize in their hearts that it is truly the Divine Father who speaks. 29. I have come to give that spiritual peace you have been unable to find in your life. You have journeyed through many different paths and have sought the truth in various places, similar to a hummingbird that goes from flower to flower in search of nectar. However, you have never experienced the love and wisdom that these teachings have given you. 30. You have continually sought the true path, traveling many different paths, and struggling against the darkness. During your journey, you became weak and weary. 31. But the day came when your path was illuminated by the light of my divine spirit. That unforgettable day, for both your spirit and conscience, has been inscribed in the spiritual book of God, as are each deed that you perform on earth and all you learn from the Divine Master. That day when you became spiritually enlightened is when your spirit resurrected to a life of grace. 32. Some who have come to witness this manifestation have been wealthy dignitaries, whereas others have been materially poor. However, I designate the moment of arrival for each individual. Each one has to arrive before the Father, who awaits with great love to welcome you and to resurrect you to a spiritual life. 33. You rejoice listening to my teachings. However, you feel that your physical body prevents you from totally dedicating yourself to fulfilling my sacred work. But you resign yourself, knowing that as a disciple of God you are not allowed to intervene in his higher judgments and that you need to be submissive and obedient. You realize that through your material body you will journey through the path of wisdom and love as well as through the path of darkness and deceit. Also, as you sit under the shade of God's tree, you will choose fruits that bring prosperity and happiness, rather than those that bring disharmony. You will enjoy the shade that is provided by that tree, making sure that it not destroyed by worms, or that vultures do not nest in that tree. 34. I have allowed you to journey through different paths of life so you could eventually be able to have good and bad experiences to help you distinguish between spiritual enlightenment and spiritual darkness, so that guided by my divine inspiration, you would choose the true path. 35. The Divine Master says to you, behind that door which is closed, and which you refer to as death, is life. I am the life. Temptation offers you death, not life. Temptation will blind your vision and will prevent you from being close to me. However, I have given you a powerful weapon to free yourself from temptation. That weapon is prayer. Prayer makes you strong, brings you closer to me, and allows you to journey with me along your path of spiritual evolution. 36. I, the Divine Father, will not deny my love and forgiveness to anyone, including those who have yielded to temptation and who have fallen into the abyss. I have not abandoned anyone. There is no one on earth, nor in the spiritual valley, whom I have deserted. Who among you could be removed from my sheepfold, because you are a sinner and are unworthy of receiving my charity? I will continue to dwell in the heart of the hardened sinner who has been unable to receive the light of my divine spirit, because he has failed to listen to the voice of his conscience. Do you believe that I have separated from that sinner because of his evil deeds? Truly, I have not. I am the Father of all beings, and I do not distinguish among my children. I am love, and as a loving Father, I do not neglect anyone. 37. It is your responsibility to pray for the one who is lost so that his spirit will become illuminated by the light of my spirit. Through your prayers you can help him to awaken spiritually, to rise above temptation, and to no longer be blinded in darkness. 38. However, the people of spiritual Israel have fallen asleep. They are waiting for humanity to regenerate on its own. Israel has failed to carry out the mission that I have assigned it, which is to set examples of love and charity for others to follow. 39. My people, I ask you, who did I leave my law with? Have I, perhaps, left it in the hands of hardened sinners? I left my law with you. Who, then, is responsible for not fulfilling my mandates? Israel is responsible. Furthermore, I ask you, why have you not arisen to fulfill the mandates that I have given you? Why do you allow the sinner to continue to stumble and weaken along his path? Why have you not spiritually enlightened him with the gift of speech that I have given you when you speak to him in my name? Do you want your brethren to remain blind and in a state of spiritual darkness? Do you not know that through your deeds that darkness can be removed? 40. The Divine Father tells you to awaken from your sleep. Go and help those who have fallen to arise and to follow the true path. I will give new mandates to humanity. I will give new orders to every nation, to every ruler, and to every citizen. 41. You will witness the occurrence of strange events. The seasons will change. The winters will become harsher and it will appear as if spring will never arrive. Men measure the length of each season. But if it is my will to change the length, who can oppose my will? There will be droughts and lands will become dry. Thus, prepare yourselves, my people, because a time of great disorder is approaching and you will need to work harder. 42. This nation is now living in a state of peace. Maintain this peace. Do not let that peace escape from your heart. This nation was chosen by me, and it is my will that it not experience disorder and confusion. However, you must become spiritually prepared, because through the fulfillment of your mission, this nation, and all of humanity, will receive spiritual enlightenment. 43. Israel, I am present before you. You are able to listen only to my voice without being able to perceive me, but you rejoice as you listen to my words. 44. I quickly come whenever you summon me. I am aware of all of your afflictions. I have come to give you things that will benefit both your body and spirit. 45. I do not give you false riches, for you would become lost. I have come to save you, so that after you depart from earth you will come to me. 46. Ask me to give you things that will benefit your spirit, and I will give them to you. Do not clothe only your physical body, leaving your spirit naked. 47. Man does not yet obey the law that I gave to him during the first 2 eras. That is why I have come again during this era to save mankind. 48. I have manifested myself in this nation since 1866. I have quenched the thirst of those who were spiritually thirsty for my divine teachings. I am here to help my beloved children to purify their sinful hearts. 49. Oh, if only everyone would come to listen to me. But there are those who, in spite of having listened to me, still prefer to travel through the paths of darkness, filled with obstacles, rather than travel through the enlightened path of the Lord. Those who journey through the wrong path are your brethren. They are ungrateful and disobedient, who prefer to eat the better bread from earth instead of the bread of eternal life. 50. Blessed are those who remain with me, knowing that I am the divine Father who awaits his lost children. 51. Your Father has come to teach you his doctrine of love. It is a spiritual teaching that does not permit fanaticism, but teaches you to fulfill the law of God and the law of man in a perfect manner. 52. I have never asked you to torture and to punish your physical body in order to attain my forgiveness. The only penance that I will accept is for you to stop practicing deeds that are evil and harmful to your brethren. When you practice deeds of love and kindness, you will feel my spiritual peace. 53. I speak to you in this manner because I do not want your spirit to live in a state of darkness while it dwells on earth. Remember that its true mansion is not of this world. 54. Do you know what awaits you after you depart from earth? Where will your spirit go? I only say to you to be alert and to pray. Learn my teachings and practice them. You are now journeying through earth, but soon your journey will end and you will be closer to God. 55. In all 3 eras, I have sought to communicate with humanity in different ways. During the first era, I allowed Moses to guide you to attain freedom and spiritual enlightenment. During the second era, I manifested myself through Jesus, who outlined the divine path for humanity to attain its salvation. During this era, I arrived spiritually on a white cloud to say to you, come to receive spiritual enlightenment from the Holy Spirit. I do not want you to prolong the fulfillment of your mission, because in the future the ordeals and the suffering will be greater. 56. I am giving you the Third Testament so that you may study it and practice its teachings, because the year 1950 is approaching. 57. If you fail to take advantage of my teachings, you will greatly weep when you hear the Divine Master informing you that this form of spiritual communication is ending. Is that what you are waiting for, or are you waiting for disease, hunger, mourning, and sorrow to spread to your homes? 58. After my departure, I want you to remain strong and unified. Do not reject one another. Love one another, and there will be peace throughout the universe. 59. Who, among this multitude, will have to journey across the oceans and the mountains to visit distant lands? Who will have to leave his family and his children to take my doctrine to different nations? 60. Be alert and meditate, because prior to 1950, only you have been spiritually nourished with this spiritual bread and water. You have kept this spiritual enlightenment to yourself, disregarding those who are spiritually hungry and thirsty. But things will change once my manifestation comes to an end. You will arise to become teachers for your younger brethren. Cleanse your stains and imperfections so that you may serve as an example for the different religions and sects. Truly prepare yourself. Although there are many who are now listening to my teachings, some will eventually reject me, and others will choose to do as they please. Among this multitude are those who will betray me. 61. Carefully study my word so that tomorrow you will not say that it was a human who gave you these teachings, but rather God. Furthermore, who is able to speak in this manner? What human has the power to transform and to regenerate a multitude of people as I have done? 62. Soon you will no longer listen to this voice, but you will remember that I was with you from 1866 to 1950. There are many who witnessed my manifestation, but chose to reject my teachings. Those of you who were with me will also be with the Divine Father throughout eternity. My peace be with you.